What's going on, folks? It's another edition of Paul Block's Garage. Basically today, kind of wanted to discuss LS swaps, which I know this has been discussed to death by a lot of people. I mean, you got LS swaps in smart cars, Chevettes, Escorts, Camaros, 60s and 70s models, and even 30s and 40s Chevrolets and Fords and Dodges and all that kind of stuff. And it seems to be played out kind of thing. But when you're talking about reliability and horsepower and just what I call maybe appears to me to be a cheap way of making something go fast and making something be more reliable, in my opinion, it seems like an LS swap would be sort of kind of the way to go. But as I start putting pen to paper and just thinking about my knowledge as far as an LS swap, even if I had the engine with the harness, the transmission, and everything here sitting on the ground, it would probably take me weeks, not months, of research to figure out how to modify this 88 model Sierra to get it to fit and to pin it in. I know that you go through the glove box with the ECM and through the firewall, and you have to pin things in. I'm pretty sure painless wiring probably makes a standalone harness plug and play to where everything is color coded, where you can actually match the color with the wire, which is probably what I'd have to do. I'm one of those people that played with blocks when I was younger, but sometimes you just have trouble getting the blocks in the right hole. But anyway, been thinking about it. I know here in Foley, Alabama, where I'm from, on a site called Facebook Buy and Sell and Trade, I saw a couple of complete LS engines and transmission and the wiring harness. A lot of them's asking like $2,500, I've seen them as low as $1,500, but when you buy them, with them set on the ground, you really don't know what you got. You don't know if to trust this person, because it would be a lot of work to pull my engine transmission out and then put all that stuff in, and then come to find out the engine was locked up or had some kind of problem where it's got to all come back out again, which would be about a $3,500 mistake, because by the time you buy the engine and all the other things little bitty things you need to get it actually stuffed in here, you're looking about $3,000. I do know there's a guy in this area that said that he wanted $2,500 and you supplying all the parts to even put it in, and it'd be a turnkey thing where he would put it all in for $2,500, which is, in my opinion, is a lot of money. I see a guy on YouTube all the time, used to be about 17-year-old guy, this guy named Honey Badger, has a site on YouTube where his son appears to be about 17, 18 years old, and he's doing complete LS swaps as well as the transmission swap, pinning it in, and putting turbos on it, which I thought was fantastic for a young man his age to have that much knowledge to do it. But his dad taught him well. They probably have about 9 or 10 different LS projects going on at one time sometimes, and it's a very good channel to watch if you want to learn how to pin these things in and do this thing. But I watched the video, and it appears to be easy to somebody that's done them a pretty good many a times, but it's like learning Spanish if you've never done it before, never heard it before. And of course, I've got a 350 Vortec in this truck, and it wouldn't take nothing but LS6 springs and a camshaft and a different intake and a stronger transmission and a locker rear end in this truck with about 100 shot of nitrous to get it kind of running where I'd want it to run. I'm only wanting about 400 horsepower anyway. It's good enough for a little street toy. And plus, I put a paint job on it and set of Pro Stars and a cow hood and a fuel cell in the back, battery relocated in the back, and then I pretty much with a big monster tack with a big shift light. I'm pretty much growing a mullet right now talking about it, but that would be kind of what I'm looking for. It'd be cheaper for me to go that route, I think, as opposed to buying an LS with the engine harness and all that stuff and trying to pin it in myself. Hell, I still got TBI wires hanging all over this place that I need to get rid of. Don't even know where to begin, how to take them out. or how to delete them, I'll probably end up paying somebody to come do it. But to get my truck where I want it to be with this engine and transmission rear end, I'm probably looking at $1,500. I know you can get some LS6 springs from Summit or Jigs for probably, I'm thinking about $50 or $60, $70 shipped, the honeycomb style springs. And probably get an LT4 hot cam for about, to go in this motor for about, I don't know, $300. And then to have this transmission rebuilt, I was priced $800, which is a $700 four, and it's with the Corvette servos and high performance clutches and all that stuff. And the rear end, the locker, I priced for, I think it was about $300 or $400 out of Jigs or Summit. Just kind of was looking to see what it would cost, which put me, somewhere around a little bit over $1,500 or $1,600. But like I said, it's going to cost me $25, an average of $15 to $25 just for the engine, transmission, and harness. And that's only if, everything's in good running order. It's just a factory stock 5.3 or a 4.8. And really would like to have one of these in here, but I think the cheaper route for the horsepower and what I've already got, it'd probably be better for me to go with what I've already got and just adding the camshaft and the spring so I can run the LT4 hot cam and change the intake and have the trailer rebuilt, put a locker in it. But I would love to have an LS in here, but about every one of these trucks, old trucks and everything nowadays that you pop the hood on, it's got LS swaps. Nothing big about those things anymore, is they're in about everything. They even put them in Mustangs and stuff, which I understand that. A Mustang's a light body and it's a good body, and it's just funny to see when I'm in there, and it pisses the Ford guys off when they open the hood and it's raping everybody and making people's butt cheeks clap, and pop the hood on it and it's a Ford body with a Chevrolet drivetrain. But anyway, enough of that. I don't want to pee anybody off, but it just seems to be funny to me. But anyway, just kind of wondering, I know I have a whole big 15 subscribers, and I have, friends and family and some people all the way from Texas watching these videos. And some of y'all's got project cars that are fast. And of course, I watch some of y'all's videos too. And just kind of trying to get somebody's perspective or opinion on what they think would be the cheapest route, maybe the easiest route, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because I'm kind of wanting to start something after Christmas. I got the income tax season rolling around after Christmas, and I'm going to probably drop about $1,500 to $2,000 in this thing to get it going where I can actually ride it around. I think the truck's worth putting that money into it. I know it looks rough, but it wouldn't take much to really make this truck a decent truck, decent street truck. But it's just kind of me asking the viewer's opinion. I kind of know what route I want to do, but I've never done the LS swap, and I've seen people that made it look really easy. But I'm not really good with wall snip. I'm not really good with wiring. The wiring thing, it just looks like it just looks like a bird's nest, and that kind of stuff scares me, because I know nothing about wiring. But I do know there's videos out there that teach you how to do it step by step. But somebody's done it before a couple of times. It may appear to be easy to them, but to somebody that's never done it like me, it's like learning a new language. It can be done, but I don't know what all is involved. I watch videos on YouTube, and like I said, I'm just trying to make up my mind, trying to convince myself to stick with what I got and just put a cam and a intake and springs in this engine and have the transmission built with the shift kit installed and put a locker rear end in it, call it a day, and a paint job, and just enjoy the truck for now. What another easier thing that I thought maybe could be done is just to go out and buy a 99 and up short wheelbase Silverado with a 5.3 already in it, and just put a camshaft in it and headers and an intake and maybe a turbo kit and on and on and on you can do. It's already in there. It's already wired in. It's already ready. And, it'll be a whole lot more probably dependable truck than what I have now. probably with air conditioning and everything, and still make the horsepower this one will make with the change that I'm talking about making. See them trucks around here in this area for about $3 grand, $3,500. But anyway, just wondering y'all's opinion. If y'all have one, leave one in the comments. I appreciate your opinion. I'm kind of trying to make a decision on what I want to do with this truck. But anyway, have a good day. Christmas coming up. Wish y'all a good Christmas. And I'll check you later.